Wholesale Virus on Twitter wants to know, how are you doing, mate? He says, that is all. I am doing phenomenal. Thanks for asking. It's Max Major, and this is episode 53 of the vlog. I'm excited to be back in Washington, D.C. Think Again went so incredibly well in New York that I can't wait to just start booking it at venues all across the country, and I will start letting you guys know as those dates are announced. I'm realizing over the last couple of weeks, because I've been so focused on the show, I really haven't had a whole lot of time to have conversations with you guys. I've seen your comments and your notes that you've been sending, and so today I thought I would take a moment to answer a few of your questions. So right now, it's question and answer time. First question comes from Facebook from Momo. Momo wants to know, what was your very first magic trick? It was this one. The Ashley Jill on Instagram writes, is there anything you learned or took away from the opening week of Think Again? I learned so much from my time in New York working on Think Again. It in and of itself was a workshop. I mean, I was working with talented set designers and lighting designers and sound engineers, and so I learned a ton about what it takes to put on a Broadway caliber theater production. The thing I took away most from Think Again in New York was to surround myself with people that are smarter. Bill McDuff on Facebook wants to know, what number between 1 and 10 am I thinking of right now, and what color am I surrounded by? You were surrounded by the color white, and you were thinking of the number 4. John Carmine on Facebook wants to know, how did you get into magic? That's a story I've told many times on the vlog. The short answer is that I stumbled on it as a kid. I think every 12 or 13-year-old boy learns a card trick. It's sort of a rite of passage. But the big turning point for me in my career was when I was 18 years old. My dad was actually hypnotized to quit smoking, and that is what got me into mentalism, suggestion, hypnosis, and body language, and sent my career in the direction that it's gone now. Olivia on Facebook wants to know, where do you see yourself professionally in 5 to 10 years? What's hitting the top for you? Two-parter. Olivia, I don't think that there is a top for me. I don't know that there will ever be a moment where I go, I've made it, and I'll want to stop working. I think for me, it's about finding that thing that constantly keeps me interested and motivated. To take a close look at the next 5 to 10 years of my life, I think the 5-year answer is to have a national television show, which is something I'm working very hard on right now with my deal with NBC. And the second piece to that is to have a sold-out national tour, and then to have a residency somewhere with my show, whether it's New York or LA or Las Vegas. And so as long as I'm growing, and as long as I'm putting all of my energy in one direction, I'm confident that I'll be in a place that makes me very happy 10 years from now. Next question comes from Nicola on Facebook. If you've been watching the vlogs, which you're doing right now, we've been using a lot of music from DJ Nicola. She's a good friend of mine and a music producer here in Washington, D.C. Very talented. Check her stuff out. Nicola asks, what is X in the following equation? Bread times X plus alien equals frying pan with egg. Answer, monkey covering eyes. Keith M. Carey on Facebook wants to know, if you could do one trick in space, what would it be? Keith, thanks for constantly watching videos and for commenting. I appreciate your support, man. To answer your question, I think it would be very cool to set a world record for mind reading across the largest distance. And so I would have someone on the ground, I would be in space, and I would attempt to read their mind from outer space. Kate Austin Avon on Facebook wants to know, how do you do what you do? I want to know all the secrets. Corny magic jokes aside, the short answer to how I do what I do is simple. Body language, psychology, hypnosis, and suggestion. There's really 2 main things I demonstrate on stage. One is my ability to read people, which comes down to facial expressions, micro expressions. And the other is my ability to suggest ideas to people. And so on the one hand, oftentimes I'm trying to get inside someone's head, and on the other hand, I'm trying to put ideas there. Simon Burrows on Twitter wants to know, what makes you laugh? Lately, I've been getting a lot of laughs out of Crusoe the Celebrity Dachshund. Yes, it is a wiener dog on YouTube that dresses up in costumes and does ridiculous shit. Check out Crusoe. At Rachie Pink on Twitter wants to know, was the first leg of your tour all you expected it to be? I would say that it actually surpassed every expectation that I had. I did not expect to have the level of support and talent that I had in New York, and so the final product of the show absolutely just blew away any expectation that I had. The response to the show itself blew away any experience I've ever had in the past. Standing ovations night after night. I've never had a show that I performed that was received this well night after night. And so I'm excited to take this show out on the road and share it with audiences all across the country. A lot of questions coming in on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram about when and where Think Again will be showing next. Becky Warfield wants to know about Baltimore ticket sales. Mike Lowry wants to know about Washington, D.C., and I even saw someone asking about Chicago. All of my tour dates will be announced first on my website at maxmajor.net, but of course if you're following me on Twitter or any other social media, you will see the information there. And so we're working really hard right now to add dates all across the country. If you know a great venue in your area, send me a note. I'll check it out. Well, that's it for Major Questions. You can send me these questions anytime, by the way. You don't have to wait for me to put a request out on Twitter for Major Questions. You can simply use the hashtag anytime, and we'll queue these up the next time that we film a Q&A. I'm excited to get back to work, start booking some tour dates. We'll get the new merchandise up on the website, and I will see you guys next time.
I don't always get called a wiener dog, but when I do, I let them know it's Dachshund.